Hello there, this is Big Benedict. We're playing Dead Space for the PC on Impossible difficulty, and this is my no damage run for the aforementioned title. This is the first fight. You'll have this guy coming out of this vent every single time, and then if you turn around, you'll have the other guy on the opposite side of this upper platform here, and he walks very slowly and innocuously, but if they charge at you, they can really sneak up on you, and you'll have to push them back with the plasma cutter or whatever else you have. This is not a new upgrade. It's not a new game plus. I was going to do that, but it started me with the same suit that I had completed the game with, which was the level 3 suit. So what I'm waiting for is this guy to pop out of that vent. Sometimes he'll pop out of a different vent. Normally, if you're looking at the vent, they'll pop out of the one that you're not looking at. That's just how games work. So you have to do this fight and the bottom fight on the same checkpoint, and what's going to happen is that there's going to be 2 crawlers downstairs and then 3 more of these slashers. So if you want to, you can take, it's possible, sometimes you'll see the slashers that are bereft of their legs from up here, but you need to go on this side. Sometimes they're crawling on the other side of that room, and I actually discovered a nifty little wall inside there that you can move. It's like a movable bookshelf. It's really cool, and it has a gold semiconductor behind there. It's in that room right there, so I never even knew about that. But if you don't want to hit 1 or 2 of these guys from up here, it's okay, because they already have half their HP off, and they're easy to take care of. And there's a stasis device down here. I'll explain the stasis in a minute. The upgrades, I just did some more research for everybody, and I was incorrect on my guide about what I said that the energy upgrade, the energy attribute, does. So those 2 guys and this guy here, those 2 guys being the slashes without the legs, and this guy, see how fast I can charge at you? Just take out this guy, and then when you move out of this room to go to the door that's locked, you'll have this one final guy here. Sometimes he's more to the right, but it just kind of depends on where you're located. But what the stasis does, the duration attribute, it upgrades how long these enemies stay immobilized, the duration of it. This fight here, you're going to have one of the lurkers. So I think they want you to get the plasma energy and then get snuck up on by this guy. But the duration, it will freeze them longer if you upgrade the duration. And the energy, I found out, it gives you extra shots. So, for instance, if you can only fire 5 shots of the stasis, each upgrade that you do for the energy, you get an additional firing of the stasis. So this here, I explained on my guide, just don't go up too far because you'll cross a tripwire point, which will spawn the next lurker. Just put your crosshairs vertically and just take him out from back here. Don't move up, because if you move up too far, you're going to spawn the other one. He'll jump out of the glass. So just move up, move back, stasis him. Some of these were kind of close calls, but I'll take close calls over no damage any day. So that sequence is done, and then we're going to move on to the next fight. Not sure what I was doing there. Maybe a... I froze the door. Oh, this is a continuation, but it's on another checkpoint. So as you make your way back with the item that you just acquired, you're going to have 2 of these guys on this incline right here to take care of. Okay, sometimes it doesn't seem like the hits connect very much. Okay, so with him dead, this room has, I think 2 lurkers. Move the platform over there. This is by the node room door. You'll have one of the leapers coming up from the vent that I'm going to aim at right now, from this vent. So you need to stasis these guys quick, and I'm going to be upgrading. Okay, there are 2 of them. So that guy might be dead, and it's very important to use the plasma cutter correctly. Use it at the right cutting angle. Ooh, see, I almost got hit, but like I said, I'll take that, because this is this is no damage, but it's not no mistakes or anything like that. So we'll come in here. This probably has another encounter. Don't get that schematic because it has the pulse rifle. And I will get some schematics, but the pulse rifle is not something that I like. Ooh, this guy here. Watch out for this guy. So to shoot their tails off, shoot their arms off, shoot their heads off, shoot anything that's not part of their main torso. And if I'm not mistaken, you could probably pick up some of the things you missed. So I'm just going to shoot this out of the way. Head to the wall. I think proximity, or it's not getting the power node that spawns this guy. I think it's going close to the wall and then just take him out. And then I think the next section we'll be on will be the 0G area, unless there's another fight coming up before then. Probably is, yeah. Another lurker. So these parts are pretty tricky, but I didn't have many problems here. Yeah, I think there's just one lurker here. So move the platform, and then as you go on the platform, I think that's going to spawn him. And it's hard because you'll hear them, but sometimes you don't even know where the hell they are. And that's why having the sensitivity at the highest it can possibly be is good, but there are no options for the sensitivity for the control pad. So what you have to do is just take the vertical sync off so you don't have that sluggish camera. Very, very bad. I hate it. But it's correctable. So final slasher right here. Just back off if you have to. Put the bitch down. Didn't have to use the stasis, but I knew I had to recharge over here. In my guide I was saying that you get more stasis back, and I was completely incorrect, so I apologize about that. So this is the 0G area. It's where you acquire the shock pad. So I'm going to keep this little part of it in, and if you want to, you can line up a couple of missiles. Man, I just realized there's going to be a lot of hard parts that I don't know if I can do, but I'm really excited to try them. Like on the environmental hazard section, there's a lot of fights, so I'll just have to use a lot of stasis, I guess, and get good. What else can you do? So the guys are going, after you get the shock pad, I think you have to get the shock pad to spawn these guys. I put a couple of these over here for myself, but it ended up that they weren't of much help, and I did this a couple of times because one of the guys is going to come out of like a shaft right out of the platform that we're standing on the opposite side, and I hit him every time, but he doesn't seem to get killed. So I think his presence just isn't fully buffered into the game, into the physicality of the game. See, it's this guy right here. That should have killed him. That was a little off. That should have killed him. So it's just difficult because you've got the other one that's distracting you and worrying you that you're going to get hit. So I am really excited about doing this. I looked on YouTube. Somebody had a run in a single file. It was like 4 hours for no damage. So I'm going to try it. But the thing is, I'm really having fun. Just the idea of this excites me a lot. So there's just 2 of these guys. And I hope you have better luck using those canisters than I did. So we're going to go back, and the only reason I'm including this part is because there is one more slasher right over here. I think this is the first no damage run that I've done on my channel. I've done some older games on my other channel that were like Contra Shattered Soldier, and obviously you can't get hit in that game. One hit and you're dead, but still you can't have any deaths to get the S rank. Best Contra game ever. And some of the other guides. I'm just not sure. I know Contra is just... this guy... See, I didn't know about that guy, but I completed this successfully. See, playing dead. That's playing dead for you right there. And I almost got hit, see? Almost. But I wouldn't leave the footage in if I got hit. Plus, what I do sometimes if I have a med pack... if it's a close call, I'll press the X button just to see if it will use a healing a med pack for me, and what that would signify is that I did get damaged minutely. But this game is it's on impossible, so you're gonna get hit so much that you're gonna see the damage. It's not gonna be minute. My bad, my complete bad. So here's just one of these guys. So So there's one slasher out of that vent, and then this guy over here. He could just be taken out off the wall. And then I'm going to leave the rest of the footage in here. And the bugs that I was calling dividers in the previous guide, I highly apologize. It made me look like an idiot. The dividers are actually those tall guys with the multiple appendages. But any bugs, I would say, just stasis them. Don't even... I actually came back and killed the bugs. But they're a nothing enemy. But they could ruin a run. Okay, the next fight after this is a dual lurker fight. And I honestly... Let me see. Yes, they checkpointed after this. So, in view of that, I decided to go back and save it because I had full inventory. I needed to discard some stuff. Feel free to always save your stuff at the safe. There's... Even though you can't access it without a store on hand, you can store an infinite amount of items. So this is a checkpoint area right here. You're going to have a crawler, or excuse me. Well, there is a crawler, but there's going to, as you see, is going to run past that lurker. You need to, don't go up too far though, because there's going to be a guy jumping down from a vent. Over to the right is a node room door. Now, I don't think it's worth it to go in there. There's a couple in this game too, I think. Anyway, stasis that guy, run back here, stasis this guy, and then get behind. You want to get behind everybody so that nobody else can jump behind you. And then we're going to go get an optional couple of items, but there's going to be some due penance. And what I did was, a couple of times I did use the code to regenerate the stasis, but that's only because I could have just gone back and refilled at the stasis machine, so it just saved me, you know, a minute or so. But, you know, we're going to be on the honor system. I've already done all my penance. Don't need to pay for anything else, metaphorically speaking. But if there is a machine nearby, I will just use the code rather than actually going to there. But if there wasn't a machine, I would definitely not use that code. So one guy is going to pop up right here, and then you're going to have two more behind him. So stasis this guy, you know, kill him. Well, don't kill him. Don't kill him. You're going to need some stasis for the bugs. So that was one enemy, and then two attacking from the rear. And then this guy started charging, but we're going to take care of these guys. We're almost finished with this chapter. So I didn't trust that guy wasn't dead, so I'm going to shoot him. And we're going to collect the loot over here. And I think I'm going to keep this in because we have another encounter, but it's just a final lurker confrontation before the elevator. That's correct. This room, I think, has the patient, the ghosts there. Okay, some more annoying logs. Okay, there he is. Did you see what he was going to do? He was in the animation of jumping at me, but also when they have their tentacles withdrawn like that, when you're shooting them, they won't, as long as you're getting them stunned by shooting them in their tentacles, they will not fire the missiles. The stun cancels out the missiles, which is very nice. So I didn't realize that I needed stasis over here until the guy was about to slash me. These guys instant kill you. I have full health, but this first level 1 suit, if he hits you, you're dead. So it doesn't matter in a run like this because one hit and I start over anyway. But this enemy here, it's the first time we're seeing him. It's the more darkest, the darker infected enemies. So just stasis them. And the infector has to be dealt with, but as you can see, these guys take a lot of bullets. So get all your loot. And oh, this guy's the final guy. So I want to thank everybody for watching. I'll see you in chapter 3. Take care.